See, we have the verbs. If you use any verb as noun, adjective, and adverb, not as a verb, then we call that verb a non-finite verb. And three forms of non-finite verbs are gerund, infinitive, and participle. And we should know how to use these correctly to show that range of our grammar in our sentences. Now, infinitive, as I said, to plus the present form of verb. So all that you need to do now is use the following words in sentences. Refuse to, want to, start to, wish to. Okay. Use the chat box this time. I have many books too. Every year the government imposes new taxes too. You can use all or you can use some of them. Entirely up to you. I'll wait for a minute. Okay, I'm going to bring your sentences here. Another one. Be very careful with what you're typing. And one more, then we'll have the others. In fact, just one more. Anita's two. Okay, before we continue, just pay attention to this, please. I would like to share this with you all. My friend refused to come with whom? With me, right? Refused to come with me for a movie. Refused to accompany me, that's what it means. All right. Students refuse to listen to the teacher. When you say students refuse, that means all the time. This is a fact. So are you talking about that? They refused to listen to the teacher? That's a fact, or they refused to anyway. So according to the sense that you, whatever meaning you have in the sentence, you should use the form. They refused or they refuse to listen to the teacher, correct? So we refuse to do something. I refuse to go to trip. No, we refuse to go on a trip. But when you say I refuse to go on a trip, that means every time you are asked, you refuse to do that. And if you put D over here, so probably your friends asked you to go on a trip and you refuse to go. Again, here also, I refuse to go to the parties. Again, it means that every time somebody asks you, you refuse. I want to buy a new dress. So we always want to do something. I cannot say I want buying a new dress. I cannot say I refuse going to parties. Let's look at more. Because most of you have shared only with me. So let's have this. I refuse to give up. All right. So you are persistent. You're resilient. I want to go to the zoo. Correct. I start to wake up early. I start to wake up early. No. I've started to wake up early. You can change the form. You start to do something. Okay. I wish to see the movie. All right. Let's have the others. I cannot refuse to answer you. I can't refuse to answer you. Both are same. So I'll move on to the next one. Let's look at this. So Jaspreet has shared this with us. So I can't refuse what? So far in all these sentences that you have shared, all the sentences have infinitive as noun. Now let's look at a different sentence that you've shared. I have many books to read. Right? I have many books to read. I have some money to donate. I have a pen to spare. So here we use it as adjective. I have many books to read. So books to spare, books to donate, books to lend, books to read. So this is like adjective for books. Let's have another one. I want to watch, okay, I want to watch a good movie, correct? Now I'll just read out. He refused to make PPT for the project. Kalpesh refused. Probably you asked somebody, so refused. Take care of the verb form, please. He refused to helping me. So this I'm bringing here, and since it has been shared only with me, sentence is wrong. So I'll not name. He refused to help me. He probably maybe yesterday or whenever it was, he refused. Either he refuses to help me, he refused every time I ask him, but we cannot put helping over here. It has to be help. It cannot be to helping. I wish to study French language. All right, next is correct. There are plenty of them. Let's move on. I refuse to let it go this time. Correct, Deepak. I want, you have two options. One is to share with only the panelists. So I'm the panelist. Another is to share with all panelists and attendees. So please share with all panelists and attendees as Anita has done. So I want to know more about science. Correct. I refuse to take a gift from my uncle. I'm looking for, Anita, we just shared it. Like I shared it with you all. I explained this. Let me bring your sentence over here. What's wrong with this sentence? Yes, Anita, you only explain now. Go ahead, please unmute yourself. See, that's why we have this today's class, to understand where we go wrong while using gerund.
To starting a new business?
Correct. You always look forward to something. So it should be starting a new business. Good. So I start to visit gym. I'll start. You put this way, Archana, not I start to visit gym frequently. I've started what? I've started visiting, or I've started to visit. So the tense, you can say I start. She refuses to dance. They want to go to the movie. My friends refuse to go to the park. Okay, I wish to go to class. I have many books to read, similar kind, which we did earlier. Every year the government imposes taxes. But the sentence was imposes new taxes to. You have to complete it after to, Kushbu. On us to. You can put on us, fine, but to what? After to, something has to come. I wish to go on a long trip.
Yes, ma'am. I want to ask this.
Yes, Jaspreet, go ahead.
Ma'am, this question, I had the sentence, how to fill this blank for the last one. Every year the government imposes new taxes to raise the bar or...
So why? It answers the question. Why? An adverb answers the question. Why, right? Why? So here it's playing the role of an adverb. Give reasons. So why does it impose new taxes? To?
That's what I'm thinking about it.
To raise the bar, So let's see what you have to give. Sometimes we have to accept change if we want to move forward. All right, I wish to go to hill station.
To improve the economy.
To improve the economy. All right, economy, correct. So why? I hope this is clear to everybody. Good. So similar messages are there now. I have many books to complete the exercise, correct. Like to start my IELTS preparation again. And to read, fine. I've started to go to yoga classes. Okay. Every year, we've got another one from Manjit. Every year, the government imposes new taxes to improve the system, to improve the economy. So why does it impose? It answers the question why. So do you notice infinitive can be used as noun, adjective, and adverb? We can use it. But understand that this too can play the role of a preposition also, and it can be a part of the infinitive also. When it plays the role of a preposition, then you put a gerund after it, what we just did sometime, like I object to. So I object to something. I object to saying this on the stage. I hope I'm audible to everybody. So you'll have to unmute yourself.
Every year, the government imposes taxes to meet the financial needs of the state.
Correct. So why? Why does it do so? To meet the financial needs of the state. Correct. And Kalpesh, you also read your sentence?
Every year, the government imposes taxes to help in implementing government schemes.
Correct. To help in what? See, in is a preposition. So after a preposition, you have gerund. To help in implementing. That's how we put it.
Ma'am, shall I read my sentence?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Every year, the government imposes new tax to cut down uses of plastic items.
Correct. Why? So to cut down something. I hope you all have understood.
For live online IELTS classes by expert instructors, log on to youknowlearning.com.